Being a business owner for several years, an incident occurred where I found out I was going to have a baby, and I was starting to think about a little bit further than just tomorrow or the next week. I started thinking about, oh my goodness, I'm responsible for somebody in this world. That next day, life insurance popped in my head. I never had done it before, and I thought, you know what, if I'm not around to be able to raise my son, I don't want to burden someone else with it, but more importantly, I want to make sure that he's got the correct environment that he deserves. And this responsibility that's added from being a father just was huge. And I was in a previous practice company for 4 years, and they had not been able to deliver me the type of financial income that I needed to withstand having a family. Fast forwarding it to there, I was introduced into a gentleman named John Cordano, and John Cordano delivered me with a product that I had never seen before. Being a business owner at that point, I had been a business owner since I was 17. I was 26 years old then, and looking at what he explained to me, I had never been taught financial concepts like that ever, and a lot of people in the North State had not either. And I was just blown away that it came to the point of me wanting to refer some business. The topic came up to be invited to Vegas for one of the company events, and I thought, okay, you know, I know what it's like to go to an event and have a bunch of people flake on you, and I didn't want to be that type of person. And so I said, you know what, I'll go with you and I'll spend the time with you, and worst case it's Vegas and I'll have a good time. And I went to the event, sat in the nosebleeds, did not listen to a single thing that was going on there. Having a son now that was just basically born, and having that responsibility, the thought of struggling in my financial situation was definitely on the tip of my tongue and the top of my thoughts. But sitting in that nosebleed, there was a transition that definitely impacted me. I was in the very, very top at the MGM Grand, and they were at the award ceremony. And the thing that blew me away was I sat there with a good buddy of mine, and we watched, guys like John Cordano and some of the leaders walk the stage. And then they asked for all the $100,000 income earners, and they couldn't call them on stage because there's too many of them for the new year. They could only do the $250,000 and above. And I remember looking at that and thinking, I am in the wrong business. I'm in the wrong company. My situation could be like that. There was nothing I didn't think that was super special about anyone that was walking those stage. I saw a lot of normal, average people, and I thought, you know what? If they could do it, I could probably make $100,000 or $250,000 in this industry. And it had such a big impact of needing to make sure that I could financially withstand or pay for my son. So I went back to the hotel room. Everybody else went out to eat and everything, and I went back. I found how to pull up the compensation plan with the company. I studied it all night long to the wee hours of the morning. Got dressed for the event, went downstairs the next morning, found John Cordano, stormed up to him and said, John, I know you hear this all the time, man, and I'm only gonna say this once, but I want you to know that I could do this, and I'm gonna kill it in this, and I wanna know who the fastest SMD is and what's the fastest pace to get there. And he was a little shocked at my response because he knew that I was in a practice company, and he gave me the time of the day and spent 3 days with me. I got to spend 3 days with him in San Francisco. And I watched him hands on hands with clients and the way he reacted with people. But more importantly, I watched the way that he reacted with his family. And from my previous company, they had never, I had never been to their house with some of the leaders there. John invited me into his home just to be with the business, just to learn about the business. The day my son was born, and I'll never forget this because this is why I'll never leave this company, John Cordano and June Dela Cruz sent presents for my son's birth. And it almost chokes me up just thinking that I'm a nobody and these guys don't know, and they took the time for that. And family is very important to me, and watching how they were able to incorporate that into their business, be phenomenal leaders, but at the same time grow this organization and create the type of income that they're creating, there was no way that I was gonna miss out on that. Going back after I spent a few days with John in San Francisco watching how everything worked, I jumped out on a limb, got licensed in October 2011, opened an office in Redding, California, and was excited because there is no offices north of Sacramento and south of Eugene, Oregon. And that is a big 7-hour span on the I-5. And I wanted to capitalize off that, and we started the office in October, and the rest is kind of history. But small communities like that get overlooked all the time, and they don't teach you how to be, there's two things they don't teach you. They don't teach you how to be an entrepreneur in high school, and they don't teach you how to save money. And that was two things that this company is all about. And my community hurts for more people to be knowledgeable about that, and that's what we're doing in the Reading area. And a lot of that's due to the leadership and mentorship that I got from my mentors, and I'm very blessed to be a part of this company.